Hey guys, it's Norse Gamer Tommy here, and today I'm going to show you a little tour around my Outset Island, inspired island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So obviously it's not a one-to-one recreation, but it's more inspired by. So as you can see, we're now starting in front of Grandma's house, and Grandma is out here to see us off. And she has like this nice little porch. I think it's porch. Sorry if it's not a porch. I'm not an English speaker. Well, a mother tongue English speaker. Or something like that. You can probably hear in my voice that I don't speak English daily. Anyways, let's take a little stroll downtown. But we should probably head this way first. So if you can recall from the Wind Waker, there is like this pathway that leads upwards to the pig farmer's house. And since there isn't any pig animals, or rather pig pets in Animal Crossing, I use this tiger's doll as a replica, or substitute, I guess is the more correct word to use. But I think that works fine enough. Obviously, I had to take some creative freedoms here because there are more houses in Animal Crossing than there is on Outset Island in Wind Waker. So there is now 2 houses up here. But we can imagine that Outset Island has got some more residents since last time. And if you see in the back there, we can actually see the stone head that's on top of the cliff on Outset Island. I will show you that place later, but for now, let's take a stroll downtown. Woohoo! And there are some nice flower beds and coconut trees all around. So here is of course some resident houses. As you can see, it's a bit more filled out than it was in the Zelda game. But that's just fine, because that means more people to talk to. And I like to imagine that the resident services town hall is actually Orca's house and his brothers, which I cannot remember the name of. You know, the guy with the really big head. So I like to imagine that this is their house. And they're like surrounded by other houses that have like moved in and stuff. And downwards we go. We get to the beach, where Beetle's shop lies, I guess, or something like that. Obviously we couldn't put it in the water, so the beach is the next best thing. Hello Sheepy and Daisy May. Okay, so that was basically the resident area on this side of the road. I also just put the tailor's shop here, Able Sisters, near the town hall, just because it should be in the, you know, the resident area together with all the other houses. I figured out that was a nice place to put it. And down here we have the airport, or since this is Wind Waker, we can call it the dock, I guess, something like that. Okay, let's go to the other side, and as you can see here, I have sort of replicated the long bridge that connects the islands as best as I could. I obviously had to do some improvisations, but I think it looks fine. And in the distance you can see the cliffs. And also, if you remember the rocks you can jump to, you can actually jump to them. I said, yeah, like that. So, just like in the game, you can jump from rock to rock. Too bad I don't have any rupees for us to collect. That's too bad. And here on the other side of the bridge, we can kind of see the house with all the grass outside that we can cut down if we had a sword. As you can see here, I used weed to replicate the tall grass. I can't really think of any other things I could use to replicate the grass, so I think this is the next best thing. It obviously doesn't look that good, but that's besides the point. It's functional. Oh yeah, there's also another house here. I also made a separate little resident area down here by the beach, so now there are like 2 more houses here. That takes you to the beach. Well, so this is probably where Ariel's lookout should be, but we can imagine that it is far out in the water and that we can't reach it. That's our logic here. Okay, so that is the resident area. Now we should go up towards the mountain. So this is normally the place to go to rescue Tetra. And here would be some bushes for you to cut, but since I'm a cool guy, I remove the bushes since we don't have a sword. And it takes us up here. Ignore the crafting table, I need them for obvious reasons. And here we are on the top of the cliff. And here is the bridge. And here is the bridge, which you can see is out of order, unfortunately. It would be so cool if you could make like really long bridges in Animal Crossing that doesn't need to be over water, because that would have made this so much cooler, but I've had to improvise. And down here we can see the telescope. The telescope guy though is nowhere around to be seen. But how do we get to the forest, you say? Well, let me show you. Now we're back at the pig family place. And here you can see the other edge of the bridge. So we need our trusty ladder to get up here, since the bridge is out and everything. And this takes us to the forest on top of the mountain, where Tetra once fell down after the big bird attack. And here is where I'll put all of my regular trees that aren't palm trees, to make like a little forest area on top of the cliff here. And here is of course the Ferris Fountain that was under a big rock, but we smashed up the rock, and then all of a sudden the Ferris Fountain came up to us, so we don't have to fall down a hole for it. So that's very nice of the fountain to do that. So a nice little calm place where you can sit on the rocks that aren't rocks, but they are logs. Nice. Very nice. And here we can see a nice view over the ocean and some waterfalls. But that wasn't everything on the map yet. There are still a couple more places I need to show you guys. So let's climb back down. Because as you might have recalled, I told you about the stone head earlier in this video. So let's go over there. Or not. Okay, so my switch light went into sleep mode and therefore kicked me out of the town. That's lovely. Anyways, let's go to the Stonehead and investigate this place. With our trusty ladder in hand, let's climb up this mountain, where we actually need either the deku leaf. I think you could also hookshot your way up here. On this palm tree here, if you do have one. So yeah, I did my best to like recreate this little spot up here, obviously replacing the stone head with the museum. I thought that was a really cool touch. I also made a little waterfall here for aesthetics, as well as a pond, because I think there are only some types of fishes you can get in ponds, so therefore I needed a pond on my island, of course. So yeah, here we have the museum. Nothing really interesting there to see, so I'll let that be. And now there is only one place left for me to show you guys on this Outset Island area. And what can that be, you might say? Well, follow me and you'll find out. Okay, so if you follow the beach all the way down, there should be... Ooh. Mail in a bottle, nice. I'll take that later. But yeah, here we can say... No. Yeah, but here we can actually see something. And what is this? Oh my god, it's Link's private oasis. Wow, I guess the land must have sailed away and collided with Outset Island somehow and merged together. So Jaboon's cave isn't here anymore because it got destroyed when Link's private oasis came here. But I feel like this is a really nice replacement. And here is Grandma getting a tan. Link invited her all the way over here. That's nice of him. And let's take a look up here. Oh yeah, I also had to put the campsite somewhere, so it is here. If we get some visitors, they should have the best view possible. So of course they were invited to our private oasis. And here is Link's house, surrounded by pots. Ooh, and what's that up there? Is that an ocarina? Whoa! And this is like the palm tree that you can hookshot up to. I don't think there was anything important up here. There might have been a chest, I can't really remember. But here is the waterfall that falls down into, or floods down into the sort of private swimming pool here. So yeah, that was basically everything my island had to offer. It's like inspired by both Outset Island and Link's private oasis, and I made it to something of my own. Oh yeah, and this also takes you back to the top here. Very nice. Well then, I think I'll say goodbye here and I'll take a tan together with Granny. So, until next time, bye bye.